Therapist at Massage by A.Murphy, and I also teach yoga for Yoga Grow. So here we are at Yoga Grow. I'm going to show you a quick routine for low back discomfort. So if you have some general achiness or some sort of a situation that is under control and you'd like to try some low back stretches and some strength, this would be appropriate for you. I will do it all on the floor and just cue you through it. The big thing for low back, so lumbar spine, is just where it is situated. It's basically your waistline, the front side of your waist, back side of the waist is your low back. So be considerate about the fibers of your abdomen, how they might drag and influence your low back, that pull you from one side to the other. If you've got a torso twist, or say you're short on one side or the other, that's all plays into your low back situation. And your pelvis, that bowl that holds up your spine. If you've got something complicated going on in your hips, if one is more dominant or if one is more tight or more weak, that'll certainly contribute to your low back pain or your discomfort. So this is hopefully an all-encompassing video that'll help you with all of those factors. So try this out and see how it feels in your body. The whole thing is going to be on the floor. Our first bit of movement is bridge. You can bring your heels in relatively close to your body. You can see that your knees are hip width. Tiny adjustments might include lifting up to make your tailbone longer, to lengthen it away from you and then land back down. Similar with your shoulder blades. Hike your chest up, get your blades under you and then drop yourself back down. I will steady my hands and feet into the floor, and then this is my first bridge. In bridge, my spine goes into my body, so there's a sense of placement for your bones, especially your vertebral column. And there's instant muscle support just to send your body into this shape. My hamstrings have to work. My erector spinae, just my very basic postural muscles put me in this shape. I slowly bead back down right to the comfort of my mat. Body flattens out again. I'll show that one more time. You come up again. Hands and feet are down. Roll your way back down to that comfort of the floor. And then I'll add the arms just to make it a little bit bigger, a bit more of an exaggerated motion. I come up the same way. I take my arms with me. The length of my arms also gives me some side body length. It's a nice, long, clean line. And also I spoke about hips. The hip creases, the hip flexors are stretched in this shape as the back wall of my legs is the strengthener here. I come back down. Let's do 5 of those. So come on up. My back body, my hamstrings, my back muscles support me. My hip creases get a stretch and an opener. Down to the comfort of the mat. 4 more times. And you might choose to hold the final one, just to really feel what is happening in your body. If you want a challenge and if you want an extra benefit of the shoulders, your hands can go up as your arm bones go deeply down. Drop your arms out to the side, flip your palms onto the mat. Land your spine, you will shift your hips to the left. Kick your feet up. Drop your knees to the right. So your body comes into an alignment as it twists. You can look to the left. At this moment, I very clearly stretch elongate this left edge of my body. Twists are good following back bends, because back bends are so strict and linear. It's good to sort of give this shape change to the fibers of your hips. Other side, so don't forget the rearrangement. My hips go right, my feet fly up and then they fall over to the left. Center. And then more in the spirit of stretching the body, let's lengthen the left leg. I push my heel away. Take my right knee in for a moment. Pass the foot into this hand, and then steer the leg. I can use the power of my thumb to turn my knee away. You'll notice my leg is in a pigeon shape. Often this is done in the reverse with the front of my body down, but this is just a pigeon on your back. What I'd like to do now is just rock from left to right. My leg stays on a horizontal plane. This might not be intense for you, but it's good to floss your thigh bone through its socket, so to speak. So I notice in my body, when my foot is more in your direction, my thigh bone crosses my body, I get an outer hip stretch. And then when I take it all the way to the other side, the crease of my right hip opens a bit. So it's just a nice creative variety. You don't need to hold too long on one edge or the other. I find a place that's between, somewhere between those extremes. With a strong, heavy base leg, I pull myself up. This might be your pose, or I'll just show one variation. You can cradle with the creases of your elbows. That tightens up the pose. My leg gets a little bit more dense in its shape, and my spine comes up. So it's more literal in the sense of a low back stretch, as my back muscles pull over my back bones. Keep the shape, loosen the grip. Your head falls down. More passively, we take a figure 4. Hold on to this straight leg. Right elbow can pressurize the right inner thigh. Other side, let this right thigh be extremely straight. Nice strong print on the mat. And hold the left knee in. Situate the hands, turn the shin horizontal, the thigh gets some spin to it. There might be more stick on one side than the other. For me, this left hip does not have the same shape. A whole lot different. Simple cradle of the hands, then rock left to right. Find a place between those two extreme ranges of motion. Spine comes up, so it's a more literal back stretch as my muscles hold over my back bones. My grip grows tighter. So that bend of my leg is deeper, and again my spine is up, sort of meeting the pose. This is just a deeper version of your pigeon on your back. The grip comes out. The spine gets passive, this leg kicks. The grip is through the window of your legs onto that straight thigh. My left elbow could push my left knee away. Loosen your way out of that. Happy baby, a little bit of momentum. Feet kick up. I can weave my elbows in and hold the outside of my feet. I use gravity for my knees to drop to the floor. It's okay that my low back is off the mat a touch. I can stay here and feel my bones fall deeper into my pelvis, thigh bones especially. Or I can sway to sort of rolling pin that lower back out against my mat. And then keeping to the theme of being on our backs and settling into some low back relief, let's just take butterfly on the floor. My feet get close together. It can be a fairly generous, like a long, more diamond shape of the legs. Soles of the feet in, let the knees fall out. And just stay there, letting the hip creases, the front line of the hips open. So that sequence is, like I mentioned, perfectly appropriate if your low back pain is under control, but you're uncomfortable. That'll certainly make you feel different than when you had started. So give that sequence a try, and thank you for joining me at Yoga Grow and Massage by A.Murphy.